All right. What is up, traders? What's up, tycoons? For today's video, we're going to be breaking down TONIC, ticker symbol TONIC. This is the Tectonic token. All right, we're going to break it down, go over some of the recent price action, take a look at the relative strength index, our RSI, because there is some indicators we have on there, as well as a couple chart patterns and other things that we're looking at to help understand some of the current price action. Now, this token is not really available for charting on TradingView, and so we are on nomics.com, so it is going to be a little bit of a different video. You don't really have some of the same tools and things available, such as trend lines and things like that. So I had to do some of my own drawing here on the chart outside of the trading platform here. But so what we're looking at, okay, is we'll start here with these circles. So we have a high, we have a higher high, and a higher high right here. So clearly the token was in an uptrend, right? It's going up. If you take a look at your RSI, your relative strength index, we have a high, we have a lower high, and we have a lower high. And we're actually forming a bearish channel right here that we're really consolidating in. We're going to look to see if we can break out to the upside and potentially gain some more bullish momentum, as well as break this trend line here. Okay, we've rejected this trend line about 3 times, in the past few trading days. So if we want to see things go bullish, we really need to break out, retest this trend line, and head up higher. And that could push us up here to the 300 level. Now, there's a bunch of zeros here in front of these numbers. So, for the sake of this video and just not having to say a bunch of zeros, we're just going to cover the last few digits, the last 4 digits. All right. So currently, we're at 2202. All right. And 2014 right here, 2014 is really going to be a key level that we need to bounce at. Okay. If we don't bounce there, we could end up dropping all the way back down to about 1438. What is it? It's 1348 is actually the level. And the reason being is we have an ascending wedge right here, a rising wedge. So indicated by these 2 trend lines right here. Notice how price action is squeezing together here. And once you break this trend line in a perfect world scenario, it's going to come back down to where the pattern began. So that's going to be that 1348 level. That we could potentially be seeing. Now, not only did we have this bearish chart pattern, but we also had bearish divergence on our relative strength index. So we need to pay close attention as we could be seeing a drop. Now, again, right here, this is going to be the level you want to hold, your bottom Bollinger Band. So if you're not familiar, these 3 lines right here, these are the Bollinger Bands, and they're really useful for finding out, when things are, overextended, overbought, and also when they get oversold. Okay, so typically something is not going to trade outside of the top Bollinger Band. As if you notice, we go outside of the Bollinger Bands and then we snap back in, and it really just acts as resistance through the entire time. And what you'll see is you typically find resistance around your top Bollinger Band. You come back and test the middle Bollinger Band, and you can see if you come back up and rising back upwards and keeping that bullish momentum, or if you're breaking that momentum and you're starting to trade in the lower half of the Bollinger Bands. So one, we have bearish divergence on the relative strength index. Okay. Number 2, we have this bearish chart pattern right here. And number 3, we're trading in the lower half of our Bollinger Band, which is more bearish than it is bullish. Now, that doesn't mean that, this token can't go any higher, but really what we need to do is we need to break this particular trend line right here. We've tested it 1, 2, 3 times. Okay. If we are able to break out, retest this trend line, we could come up to the 3000 level. Okay. Otherwise, most likely we're going to end up coming back down here, but we have our bottom Bollinger Band at support right around 2011. That could act as support, and that could end up, consolidating and pushing us back up to retest this trend line. And also, if we break this trend line here, we have our 50 moving average right here at 1663. So, those are really going to be some of the key levels right here, these 2 levels of support. And if you're bullish on this, you want to see us break out of this bearish channel that we've been in on the relative strength index and really start to reclaim some of our relative strength. Now, if we do continue to go higher, okay, as we've given some of the support levels to the downside, our major resistance levels, okay, if you take a look, are actually going to be right in between here. Let me go ahead and draw these up for you. But if you take a look, we kind of have a little supply zone overhead. All right. And it's going to be right in between here. Okay. So this is going to be our overhead supply zone. And as you can see, we've already found some resistance in here previously, right? We came up here in a little bit and then we ended up pushing back down lower. So what we're going to do is we're going to see, if we do come up to these levels and these prices, we really want to see some consolidation like we did over here, and we want to see it break to the upside, right? So, if we do break this trend line and we come up, all right, our major levels of resistance and our supply zone is going to be 2487 as up to about 2721. If we do get that, then that's when we could come up to that 3000 level. Okay, so these are our big major resistance levels, and we want to see some price absorption in this area and a little bit of consolidation to show that that we don't really have that supply imbalance anymore. And a supply imbalance is simply an over and abundance of sell orders, an imbalance of sell orders that pushes the price lower. So if we can absorb those sell orders, consolidate a little bit, and push higher, that would also be another bullish sign. Now take a look at how these Bollinger Bands work along with the simple moving average. Okay, so your simple moving average is here in blue. When you're above that and you're in the upper half of your Bollinger Bands, you typically will be going higher. And when you're below your 50 SMA and you're in the bottom half of your Bollinger Bands, you typically go lower. So we still do have a bullish case here, okay? But it's been very overextended. We have that bearish divergence, and we're going to see if we do get a pullback, we want to hold above our 50 SMA or above this bottom Bollinger Band. Otherwise, ultimately, that bearish chart pattern that we had could take us back down to that 1438 level. Now, that's basically going to be it for today's video. I covered most of the key levels to the downside and some of the key levels up there to the upside. And it's not really that friendly for technical analysis, right? There's not too many platforms that give you a good charting experience. So, yeah, we'll just wrap it up here. I got some more viewer requests coming. Okay, this one was a viewer request. All you have to do is comment down below if you want to see your token, your crypto in the next video. I'll be happy to do a video on it, give you some TA, go over some of the key levels that you want to watch to the upside as well as to the downside. And also, any indicators that could give us any hints towards some of the future price action, such as, chart patterns, whether it's that bearish chart pattern we looked at, the rising wedge, or bearish divergence. We've already started to see a drop, and maybe those divergences have already played out, and maybe we could go bullish here, or they continue to play out and bring us back down. So that's it. I'm out.